Hey everyone. Sometimes it feels like life goes in a circle. It was in 2023. I think I started inside making videos and then I switched to outside. And it was spring, March, April, something like that in 2023. Here I am, December. It's December, what, 12th, 13th? What is today, you guys? Come on. Come on, you guys. Come on. December 12th, Friday. 2 weeks from yesterday is Christmas. And 2 weeks from now, yesterday is Christmas. So hope everybody's doing okay. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I didn't come out here really with anything in mind. I just thought I'd come out and catch some vitamin D and mention something. I thought, I got something I think I can talk about. Just to come out and make a video, like a nonsense video, right? Because you don't really have to have anything to talk about, you guys. You just got to get out and do it. Right? You just got to get out and make a video. I don't know if this is close enough or not. This is pretty close. This is the GoPro Hero 11 or 10. I think it's the 11. I haven't used this in 2 years. And but 2 nights ago, about 4 in the morning, I went out about 3. I've been sleeping pretty much regular hours, which, gosh, makes a world of difference. To be back on a schedule where you're going to bed when it's dark out, from 8 at night to about 2:30 in the morning, and then I make myself a little Pop-Tart, take my medicine with a cup of coffee, and right afterwards I take care of the cat. So around 2:45, 3 o'clock is when I feed them. And I went out to the front and put some dry food in their bowl after giving them some wet food. And I heard what they call the trumpet, the Gideons trumpet. If you guys ever heard that, they call it Gideons trumpet. Up north, it's a high-pitched whine. Down here, at least the other night, I went out this morning and it wasn't there, but it's this humming sound coming from the south, and it's booming like through the sky. And then I remembered seeing something on one of the Unexplained, on the History Channel or something, about how they call that Gideon's trumpet, where there's no really explanation for it, some sort of resonance in the atmosphere or something. But yeah, it was booming from the south at 3 in the morning. Just this low tone humming, and it was pretty loud. And so later that morning, the last 2, not this morning, but 2 mornings before, I heard sounded like 2 or 3 notes from a clarinet, like dun 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 dun. There's just 2 or 3 notes, and it was coming from this backyard somewhere, and it was pitch black. So I came over to the window and I was listening, thinking, what in the world is that? Is that like some sort of animal making that noise or something? So I went to the front door and I opened it and stuck my head out, and I heard a rooster crowing near the front of the house, really loud at 4 in the morning. It definitely wasn't what I was hearing from the backyard. And after about 20 minutes it stopped. That went on for 2 mornings. This strange, I guess what I should do is get my phone out, right? That's what I should do. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Or if something like this happens again, I'm going to take my phone out. It's like, why don't people record stuff on their phone, right? So that other people can see it and hear it. Like Gideon's Trumpet. I'm learning. I got a new phone that's 5G, but I didn't even think about taking out my phone and recording it. It was like I was too mesmerized by it. So this morning it was different. There was no Gideon's Trumpet at 3 a.m. And about 4 a.m. Sound started to come through the window, because just inside that window is my computer chair, my desk, my TV, my computer. And at 4 a.m. I'm working on the computer, making those religious thumbnails for the religious channel, which are the pictures I download off Pixabay, and then I put a scripture down at the bottom or in the middle somewhere. So I was working on that. The TV wasn't on. Wasn't listening to any music or watching any videos, concentrating on what I was doing. Out of this window back here again, this time I heard like a cooing. It sounded at first like a cooing. And then I got up and put my head near the window. Sometimes when the cats are in that window, they'll be like snoring and they'll be making weird noises. If you guys ever heard a cat snore, where they like sigh and coo and stuff. Well, there was no cat in the window. So I put my head up toward the window and tried to kind of look out the blinds. It was pitch black. And I put it on the camera in the house, the backyard, because it has an infrared emitter, which lights up the backyard, and there was nothing out here. But I heard, at first it was cooing, and then it sounded like a woman sobbing. And it went on for 10 minutes, this sound of a woman sobbing. Like a coo and then a boo-hoo-hoo, but very subtle, very low. And again I thought, is that like some sort of owl? Is there an owl that makes that sound? And this time I thought, well, maybe I should go out there and see, just in case somebody got beat up and they ended up in the yard and they're drunk or something, right? Some woman. But again, I'm thinking maybe it's some sort of lure to get me out of the house. So I thought, well, this gate back here, it's like a 4-foot gate that closes off the breezeway. It's not the easiest latch to open. So I thought, well, I'll get my flashlight and I'll go out to that gate and I'll look over the gate into the backyard. And if it's some sort of trap or something, I can run back into the house, because whatever's in the backyard would have to open that gate, which takes probably 4 seconds to do. And if you don't get it just right, it catches, you can't open it. Plenty of time to get back in the house, right? And yeah, never have one of those butcher block things with knives in it on your kitchen counter. Especially when there's paranormal activity around. Isn't that what we learned from the movies? So I'm thinking I can get out of there if I need to in a hurry. So I get my flashlight. It's a 1,000 lumen flashlight, and I believe it needed new batteries, but it lit up the backyard pretty good. But it stopped. As soon as I went outside the door, it stopped. It's like, what would know that I had come out the door? And I came to the gate, and I shined my light into the backyard. I looked up into the trees, thinking I might see like an owl's face or eyes glowing or something, and there was nothing. The only thing that glowed were the stickers on the transformer back here on the pole. But isn't that strange? So if it happens again, I'm going to get my phone out. I don't know why, you don't think of those things. It's like the horror movies where you tell people, run now, don't wait. Don't look under the bed or don't open the closet door. You just don't think of those things until afterwards. So tomorrow, if it happens again, or if I hear that Gideon's trumpet, I will record it. And then I can put it on the computer in the editing program, and I can boost the gain on the sound, so hopefully you'll be able to hear it. But the cooing that turned into boo-hooing, and literally it sounded like a woman crying, like very low whimper, a whimper type of cry. And it wasn't the same as the flute from the 2 days before. But what a beautiful day, everyone. Coming out here catching some rays. Feeling good because I'm sleeping from 8 at night to 2:30 in the morning. And basically when I get up at 2:30, I'm up until 8 o'clock at night. And becoming more active. But man, when I go to bed at 8, I'm out like a light. So that's all that's going on here. I'm going to go in a little while, about 10 o'clock, do 2 miles over on the trail. And after that, I sit in the chair in the breezeway, and I listen to about a 40-minute religious CD, either the morning prayer, evening prayer, Sublime Chant, Voce, or Marian Classics. And I read a book, one of the spiritual books that I have, and which, by the way, I finished the first volume of Alphonsus Liguori's, what's it called? Not the liturgical works, but yeah, I finished that first volume. And I'll talk to you about that on another video, because that was the one that was titled, if you remember, The Preparation for Death. And actually I ended up really liking it. I highlighted quite a few spots in it, and there were a lot of references to what other saints like Augustine, Ambrose, Ignatius of Antioch, and all these other people I've come to know over the years. So it really kind of got me interested, but I'll go over that on another video. But I'll probably start volume 2, which I don't remember what that was called. One of the earlier videos, I did a reading from that, if you remember, from the inside. That had something to do with dying too, which at first sounds kind of depressing, but when you think of it, it really isn't. You know, there's a saying, I think it's from William Tell, it's over the cemetery in Palm Beach, and I can't remember what it is now. It said something about how, since everyone at some time has to pass on, it's actually a blessing if you see it that way. Since if you go to the grocery store and you recognize that every single person you see in there one day will have to pass through that veil, and you realize that just how temporary everything is here for all of us, each and every one of us, without sounding depressing. But that's all I'm going to say today. And it's so nice out here in the sun. It's like 55 degrees out, and the sun feels so good. I love you guys. Thanks again. It's nice to get out back in 2023. I've come full circle. Maybe I'll get in the habit of making more videos out here again. Again, I love you. Hope everybody's doing okay. Not getting too stressed as we get close to the big day. And actually it's the big week, right? Because Christmas is on a Thursday, I think, this week. So starting Monday, it's going to be like pulling your hair out. It's that next Monday, right? May we always practice kindness and mercy to others. Have a true compassion and love for the poor and the sick and the suffering. And may God allow us to be reasonably happy in this life, because we know it's temporary, and supremely happy forever in the next. For what do we have in life if it's not this hope of eternal life in the life to come? It's why you go to church. It's why I used to take you to the church school and to church so many times, because that's what our end should be. And eventually you get back to praying and going to church, and it all comes back to you. Sometimes it's as if you never left. I love you guys, and thanks again.